Hey everyone, my name is Terry G. This is an alcohol-free life channel where we learn to live sober one day at a time. You can take a second, please subscribe, take another second and hit that like button. What we're going to talk about today in this video is unpopular sobriety truths. Yeah, that's what we're going to talk about. So let's get to it. Number one, just because you're in sobriety, does life automatically get easier? Well, the answer for most of us is no, it doesn't get easier. We get more clarity. We start to understand and see things for what they really are. We might start getting more in touch with our emotions. But just because we're in sobriety, we're still going to feel the stresses of life, the family chaos, keeping deadlines, running errands. We're still going to feel all that stuff, but without the magical elixir, without our medicine alcohol. So in early sobriety, it doesn't automatically get easier. A lot of us might find that it gets more difficult, especially in early recovery. If you're experiencing that, you're right on track and you're perfectly normal for experiencing it. Alcoholism, active alcoholism, put us in a constant daze and was a magic medicine that kept our stresses down, helped us deal with life on life terms one day at a time. But once we sober up or get off the booze, it doesn't mean things are automatically going to get better, okay? Another one is the amount of time that you're in recovery. I don't care what program you're working, but the amount of time that you're in recovery does not equate emotional maturity or mental maturity. It doesn't. You can be in recovery for 10 years and have the sobriety of somebody with one day. You really can. It doesn't equal that. The only thing that equals great sobriety is how you work on yourself, not time. Okay? And I want you to understand that. If you have 10 years of sobriety, congratulations to you. But if your life is still unmanageable and you're still having relationship problems, work issues, stress issues, your life is still in chaos, you might want to take a look at it. Some people think if they have 20 days or 30 days or 60 days or 10,000 days in recovery, that equates to a better life. It doesn't. The only thing, in my opinion, that equates to a better life when it comes to recovery is the work you do on yourself to improve yourself and get rid of those character defects, learn how to cope with your life around you, and come up with a life that works for you and is calm most of the time. So if you think you're in sobriety for a long, long time, and because of that, your life should automatically get better, I know people who have 6 months of sobriety have better recovery than people who have 6 years of recovery. Believe it or not, okay? So that's maybe an unpopular truth, right? Or maybe it may be an eye-opener that you have to do something in your life to improve your life. I know I do. I got 33 years and I still work on my sobriety. I don't believe there's any seniority in sobriety. It's a one day at a time program, okay? Another one I want to talk about is serenity or progress in your sobriety or peace. And a lot of us who come into recovery are used to a life of chaos, of stressors in our life, external stresses, or us causing problems. Well, we may mistake peace for being boring life, okay? And that can cause a stressor in recovery with people, that our life is becoming peaceful, but is boring. And what happens to recovery people when life gets boring is they create chaos, right? Alcoholics or people in addiction are notorious for causing shit in relationships, causing havoc in their life, even in recovery. Because when they do that, and I'm including myself in this, is that we feel grounded in our lives if there's something negative going on or something we can stick our nose in, okay? So if you're feeling peace, you're feeling serenity, and you're feeling bored, just sit with it, and you might want to ask somebody about it to make sure you don't put, gasoline on a fire or start something up that does not need it. So an unpopular truth in this one is equating peace with boring. And when we have a boring life, you know what happens to alcoholics, right? Yeah, a lot of us want the drama back, want to feel connected. Another unpopular truth in recovery is cravings do not mean that you're failing. It doesn't. It doesn't mean you're failing in your recovery. You're not working your program. You're not doing everything in your power. Everybody feels cravings. And just because we feel cravings or think about cravings, it doesn't mean you're failing in your program. It's a natural process. Like I said a minute ago, I got 33 years of sobriety, and I broke up with a woman maybe 7 years ago, and I felt like craving like crazy. Like, where was this going? I thought I wasn't working my program, but I remained sober and I worked my way through it, and I feel better for it. So that's a very short one, but if you're feeling cravings and uneasy that you're going to drink, you are not failing your recovery. You're not. I don't care what anybody says, okay? The goal of sobriety, the goal of recovery is to remain sober. And sobriety sometimes, I need you to hear this, sobriety sometimes may not look like you're recovering, may not look like you're working your program, but you are working your program. Okay, you are. And I need you to hear that. Sobriety, the road to recovery, is always under construction. Sometimes those bumps are deep, sometimes those bumps are light, but it doesn't mean you're not on the road, your journey of recovery. It doesn't mean that, okay? That's another one. Another one I want to talk about is forgiveness equals reconciliation. It doesn't. It doesn't. Forgiveness means forgiving. Just because you forgive somebody, you don't have to sit around the table and break bread with them. Okay, you don't. I would suggest be respectful, be kind, and be thoughtful with them, but you don't have to break bread with them. I have forgave a lot of people in my life. I see them the odd time. I'm loving and tolerant. I'm fine with them. I talk with them, but I don't want them in my life anymore. Okay? It's not that I'm angry. I made my peace. In early sobriety, when I made amends or I made some peace with somebody, I thought, or forgave somebody, I thought I had to let them back into my life. No, it's not about that. It's about forgiveness. It's not about reconciliation with that person. And I always say this, if the relationship has value in your life, you can go back and reconciliate. You can. With your ex-wife, whoever it may be, some friends that made a mistake when you're drinking, whatever it is, but it doesn't equal that. Sometimes it just doesn't. Because of you or because of them, so it doesn't, okay? So just remember that. If you forgave somebody and you made some amends to somebody and you work in your program and they don't want you back in their life, that's okay. That's part of it. That's part of the program. I always say there's 8 billion people in this world, and if 4 or 5 don't like me, there's still a hell of a lot of people out there that can like me, okay? Not everybody's gonna like me. Not everybody likes me in sobriety. That's a fact. I don't like everybody in sobriety, but I do forgive them. I do respect them, and I will not do anything, go out of my way to harm them. And that is the difference with people in recovery, okay? The last one I wanna talk about, and a lot of people in 12-step programs get caught up in this one. A lot of people in recovery get caught up in this one. And that is service work or helping others means you have a healthy program. The more active you are in a 12-step program or the Smart Recovery program or the church group you're in, whatever it is, it means that you are getting healthy. Well, it can mean that. It really can. And for some of us, it does mean that. But the reality for some of us too, and I've known some people, and you're probably going to think, after I say what I say, that you know some people, is that being active in recovery, 12-step programs, whatever program you're in, can be the old avoidance trick. It's like getting in a relationship just to avoid your own feelings, helping other people with their problems, distracts you from your reality, your issues. Setting up the meeting, making the coffee, that's all good stuff. But make sure you're not avoiding your own issues in the meantime, because you can be active for years and still relapse, still go back out, still fail yourself because you refuse to work on your own issues. We don't come into Alcoholics Anonymous or any 12-step program or Smart Recovery or Dharma, whatever it is, because our life is fantastic. Most of us come into these programs because our life sucks. And because it sucks, and because we've learned coping mechanisms, we're out of touch with our reality, we're out of touch with our feelings, our minds, whatever it is, and you think you got no issues? Well, I don't know. That's for you to answer. But I know when I sobered up, I was shocked at the amount of issues that I had, okay? So that is an unpopular truth in any program you're in. Just because you're active in recovery, just because you're doing things for other people, doesn't mean that you have a good stronghold on your own sobriety, on your own well-being. It just means to some people that they are unwilling or will not, or get caught up in this, let's get active to distract them from their own problems that they have, their own issues, okay? If you don't agree with it, that's fine. You don't have to agree with it, but hey, I know people like that, and I bet you know people like that, okay? There's one more question I want to ask you, right? Do you like background music in my videos? We're signing off now, but do you like background music in my videos or not? Just want to ask you that, okay? Because I'm beginning to think I don't want to put background music in my videos anymore, okay? So I hope you enjoy this video. If you did, comment below. If you didn't, comment below. But remember to subscribe to my channel, like my channel, and just do yourself a favor. Take it one day at a time, because sobriety, releasing yourself from any addiction is freedom. Hands down, it's freedom, okay? My name is Terry G. This is an alcohol-free life channel where we're learning to live sober one day at a time, okay? God bless. See you later. Remember, there's no I in team.